regarding the functions. So do you know like what is a function basically?
A function is a block of statement
Okay.
with
Mm-hmm.
like reusable block of codes.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, we can. It's the right thing. So it's a building block and reusable thing. Okay. So basically, the thing is like the functions are the main building block of the program. We can say basically. They can allow the code to be called many times without repetitions. Means it's a reusable. Okay, and we have already seen some example of built-in functions like alert and prompt and confirm. These are the functions, built-in functions. For example, we have already used these things. Okay, so basically the function is like the function is the like 1 minute. I have to share my screen now. Yeah, is it visible my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is the function are the main building blocks of the program. Okay, and basically they allow the code to be called many times without repetitions. Okay, and we have already seen the for some examples of the built-in functions. Okay, like alert and prompt. Okay, and the like the basically we can say it's a function or like a reusable block of code also that let us to perform the specific task whenever we need to. Okay, instead of writing the same code over and over. Okay, we can just call the function. Okay, for example, so if you need to show the greeting message multiple times in the your script. Okay, then then you can write the function for it instead of the repeating the same code everywhere. Okay, so we need to know so how like how do we create the function. Okay, the basically the function we can write the function using this something called a function declaration. Okay, the first part we can say it's a function declaration. So we need to know how we can declare the function declaration function declaration. Okay, so here we can create the function or we can use the function declaration here. Okay, the first thing here we have to use the function keyword. Okay, function keyword, and the next thing here we have to add the function name. Okay, this is our the function name, function name. Okay, and inside the brace like inside the braces we have to add the parameters. Okay, and here we have to add our logic. Okay, inside that thing we have to add the logic. Okay, for example I will create one thing here. There is a function. Okay, I will create one function. The function name is the show message. Okay, okay, here I will use that alert thing. Okay, alert hello. Okay, so here the function is the keyword to define the function. Okay, this function is the keyword to define the function, and that a show message is the name of the function, and inside the curly braces. Okay, so we write what the function should do. Okay, So this is called, we can say it's a function body. Okay, basically the function keyword goes first, then goes the name of the function, then the list of the parameter between the parentheses. Okay, then we can finally code the function. Okay, they are also named as a function body between the curly braces. This is called, we can say it's a function body. Okay, yeah, the thing is, like we need to know how do we call the function. Okay, to call the function, okay, we just write the name of followed by the parenthesis. Okay, so here we have created the function name is the show message. Okay, if you want to call the function, so then we have to use this yeah, then we have to use the show message along with the parenthesis. Okay, suppose if you want to if you want to call the function twice or thrice, okay, then the code inside the function will run twice. The main thing, we have to call this function one more time. Okay, so basically this avoids repeating the same code if you want to change the message later, but you only need to update it inside the function. Okay, so we'll see in 1 minute, we'll see in code editor, JavaScript editor. Okay, so here we have created the one function. Okay, function is the keyword and function name, and the like uh, and the curly braces we can say that function body. Okay, so instead of alert, I will add that console.log something like hello. Okay, so here I will call the function name is the show message. Okay, along with the parenthesis. Okay, so here we will get the output. Okay, and here we can try 2 or 3 times. Okay, see, so you'll get the same thing, like we are calling the multiple times instead of creating the function again. Okay, so basically this is the regarding, we can say it's a function, how we can call, how we can create the function, what are the main things we need the function. Okay, so there is one more thing. So here we have called. Okay, we can, the thing is the real in the real scenarios we have to return something. Okay, for that thing here we have to the return something like, in the sense we can use the word. Okay, the thing is, just you can ignore, I will explain later. Just the thing is, the function should be there in the return keyword. Okay, so the next thing we need to know regarding the local variable. Okay, so this is called the function. So how we can how we have defined and how we have to call regarding this thing. Okay, and the next thing regarding the local variable. Okay, so local variables. Okay, so basically the variables declared inside the function are the only accessible within that function, called the local function. How means, this is our function, this is our function. Okay, the thing is, this is our function. Okay, so the local variable in the sense, so we have to create the variable inside the function. Here the let a equal to something 10 or 12. Okay, so here I will console dot log a. Okay, so this let a we can access inside the function only, not the outside the function. Okay, we'll see the output, like we'll see the here in the code editor. Okay, in this thing I will erase and I'll try to, okay, this is here in the function. In the function we have created one variable, let a equal to 12. Okay, and we here we have called that consoling that a log console.log a. Okay, so now I will call the function that show message. Okay, the show message will get the output as the 12, but I will try uh, the console.log outside the function. Okay, I will try that console.log a outside the function. We'll see console.log here. I will try. Here is throwing the error because of, so the thing is this a variable is not visible outside the function. Okay, so for that thing, so here we have given that local variables, in the sense the variable declared inside the function are only accessible within that function. Okay, these are the called, we can say, the local variables. Okay, so here you can say that a is exist only the inside the show message. Okay, if you try to see the that a outside the function, you will get the error. Okay, so now we can see the outer variable. So now we have seen that local variable. Now we have to see the outer variable. Okay, so the outer variable, in the sense the function can access the variable declared outside, like outside of them. Then like here we can say it's a outer variable. For example, I'll create here only, okay, the example. So we can create one variable, let b equal to something called 1. Okay, so the thing is I will access that this variable inside the function. Okay, 1 minute, I will erase this one and I will try to console here. Okay, yeah, so here we can you can see the output is 1. Okay, the basically the show message function is able to access the b variable, the variable b, because it's outside in the global scope. The outside, in the sense it's a global scope, anywhere we can assign the that variable. Okay, so this is, we can say, it's a outside variable. Okay, so we need to say the example with changing the outer variable. The functions can also change the outer variable. The how means, so we have the variable called b. Okay, the thing is I will try to change that value b is equal to something number. Okay, so I'm changing the outer variable. Okay, now here we have created the let b equal to something, and here we are changing the outer variable. The same thing I am giving the reassign. Okay, so we'll see. First thing I will call that console.log. Sorry, first I will call that console.log b. So here you will get the 1. Okay, and I will call this console the p. Here we will get the yeah, the second one here I'm getting the 2 3 something different value, and the first one I'm getting 1. So can anyone tell me why I'm getting the 1 and why I'm getting the different number? Can anyone?
So that is a outer variable.
Yeah, the outer variable in the sense like uh, just you can check the code line by line. So what I have called and what I have consoling, and why I'm getting the 1. Kaustuv, Pritam, Priyanka, can anyone try why it is calling the 1? Like it's displaying 1 and why it's displaying the 2 3 2 3 2 3 2? Why? Please check the code line by line and tell me the things. It's a very simple thing. Just you have to see uh, like how to call the function and how to call the console and where to call the function and console and where did I call. Those things you have to observe here. Please tell me the reason. So why it's getting 1?
Before calling the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we are printing before calling the function.
Yes. So here we are trying to consoling before the calling the function, and here trying to consoling after the function call, like function calling. So this is the main difference here we can say. Okay. So this let b is equal to, it's a global scope, like global scope and the global like outer variable we can say. Okay. The initially like that b like is the initially 1. Okay, the function changes it to the something this number. Okay, b is equal to something number, and the changes is permanent because of the variable is global. Okay, so this is regarding we can say it, so we can change the like the outer variable also, like yeah, to change the outer variable also. Okay, so next thing we need to know like shadowing outer variable, outer variable. Okay, so what is meant by outer variable? Means the thing is if it is a function declare a local variable the same name as an outer variable. Okay, the local ones is heights and or yeah, local one it's heights we can say. How means I'll create one here variable. Here already we have created the variable that let b is equal to 1. Okay, here I will declare the same name variable let b equal to something number. Okay, and here I will try to console the value. Okay, and here I'm trying to yeah, I'm trying to calling the function and console. Okay, so basically this b is the outer variable. Okay, and this b it's a local variable. Like you guys have seen here this is a local variable and outer variable. The local variable in the sense we can define the we can create the variable inside the function, and outer variable in the sense we have to create the variable outside the function. Okay, so for this thing we have to call the shadow outer variable. For this line number 4 we like we have to call uh, that shadow outer variable. Okay, so the thing is 1 minute. So suppose here I'm calling and getting the output is the something 232322. Okay, but I'm trying to access, okay, I'm trying to access the in like internal variable, but I'm not able to do that thing because of here I'm using a shadowing outer variable, in the sense that outer variable and inner variable name is the same. Okay, inside the function the local b is used. Okay, the outside the function this variable b stay unchanged, we can say. So this is called, we can say, the shadowing outer variable. Okay, so next thing we need to know regarding the global variable. Global variable. Okay, so what is meant by global variable? The global variable basically variables declared outside of any function called the global variable. They can access by any function in the script. Okay, so for example you can see this, let b is equal to 1. This is called, we can say, the global variable. Okay, so here I will remove this one, and I will try to access the global variable inside the function. Okay, and here I'm calling the function the show message. Okay, the basically um, suppose here I'm using the only one global variable, but the thing is avoid the using the too many global variables, because of they can make your code complex, like you'll get more bugs on that thing. Okay, so the best practice, okay, so like you don't need to create the multiple times of the global variable. Okay, so this is regarding, we can say, it's a global variable. Okay, the basically the global variable is declared outside of any function, such as the outer b variable. Okay, so we can call b is the global, and basically the global variable are visible from any function. For it's a good practice to minimize the use of the global variable. So some modern code has the few like the few global, we can say, it's like no global, we can say, but the most of the variable reside in their functions. Okay, sometimes tough, but they can be useful to store the project level data. The thing is you have to follow some best practices. Okay, then you should not call the multiple times global variables. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, the next thing we need to know regarding the function parameter. Okay, function parameter. Okay, what is meant by function parameter? The function parameter is the functions can accept the input value called parameters. Okay, they are like a placeholder for the data you want to pass to the function. For example, I will show you here. Okay, so there is a show message. Okay, okay, so I will the basically we have to use those parameters inside the bracket, this bracket. Okay, yeah, the first thing I will pass the name. Okay, the name. Okay, so that same thing I have to pass the name in the console. Okay, but while calling the function, you should add the your name, not a name like this name. You have to add your name. Suppose input we can say, for example, here I will call the clean code. Okay, so we're getting the output as a clean code. The basically we are passing the passing the name inside the uh, function calling. Then it will take the name and it will like the name as a variable, and that variable we can consoling, then we'll get the output. So basically the function declared the parameters called name. Okay, and when the calling the function, we pass the arguments, the actual value like clean code. Okay, so this is regarding, we can say it's a parameterize. Okay, and next thing regarding the thing is, yeah, so there is a one difference between that arguments and like parameters. Okay, arguments like parameter and the arguments. Okay, what is meant by parameters and arguments? The basically the parameters in the sense the variable defined in the function declaration. Okay, here you can see variable defined in the function declaration. Okay, in the argument in the sense, basically uh, like the actual value passed like when you're calling the function, this one. So this one we can say is the arguments, and this one we can say is the parameter. For the function, whole function, we can consider the whole function. We are like here we are passing. Okay, here we are passing the name. Okay, these things we can say it's a parameterize. Okay, for this thing here we can say it's a arguments. The clean code is the argument, the name is the parameter. Okay, so interval asked regarding the difference between the parameters and arguments. You should tell the function like parameters in the sense variable defined in the function declaration like a name, and argument in the sense the actual value passed when you calling the function. Here we have called the clean code. So this is regarding the arguments, and this is name regarding the parameters. Okay, so the next thing we need to know regarding the parameters are local. Okay, parameters meters are a local. What is meant by the parameters are local? The thing is, when you pass a value to the function, when you pass the value to the function gets the copy of value, and so the changes inside the function don't affect the original variable outside. For example, yeah, the thing is, yeah, so there is a show message. Okay, so yeah, there is a show message. Okay, so instead of giving the directly value, I will create one variable. Let let, let text. Okay, text is equal to something plain code. I will add this plain code here. Okay, and I will call this one here. Okay, the basically uh, Yeah, basically the thing is, this text we can say inside like 1 minute. The thing is, mm, 1 minute. Okay, the name we can give here. Otherwise we can pass one more parameter from. Okay, this is a name and from. Okay, so here I will use that from here, from. Okay, from here we are getting the undefined, but will change. Okay, so here, yeah, the form, I will change the form, sorry, from. Okay, so from. Okay, the name I will call as a clean code. Okay, so the thing is, I will add the name is the Kaustubh. Okay, here I will call the name is the Kaustubh. Okay, so here basically that Kaustubh is from the clean code, we can say. Okay, so here we are added one more parameter as a from. Okay, here we are trying to create one variable called from. Okay, in that variable we are storing something. Okay, and that variable we are calling here. Okay, basically the from is the inside the function, inside the function is the local copy. Inside the function is the local copy. Changing it inside the function does not affect the outer variable. Okay, yeah, so now the next thing we need to know. So do we have any doubt till now? Any doubts?
No, sir.
What about Kaustubh, Preetham?
No, sir.
Okay, uh the next
No,
thing,
sir.
yeah, the next one, yeah, parameter local we have completed. The next thing, uh, regarding a default value in the function. Okay, so a default value in function. So what is meant by default value in the function? In the sense, so when you call a function without providing all the except arguments, okay, the parameters are not passed will automatically be set as a set to be undefined. Okay, the thing is, yeah, so here we will try, I will remove this one. Okay, okay, here the second parameter will get the undefined, because of when we calling the function without providing all the expect, I'm not providing here arguments. Okay, here I'm not providing the arguments, but that parameter like that are not passed will automatically uh, be set to the undefined. Here you can see that automatically by default it's taking the undefined. Okay, to avoid these issues, we like with avoid this issue with the missing value. So here we are missing some value in the arguments. Okay, so the JavaScript is introduced called the default values. Basically the JavaScript allows you to define the default values for the parameter in the function declaration. For example, suppose we need to avoid the undefined. Okay, instead of that thing, so I will call that name is something, name is equal to Kaustubh. Okay, so here I'm getting the output as the Kaustubh, because of here we are giving the uh, default value. By default the name will take. Okay, the basically the name is the default value. If the name is not provided when you're calling the function, okay, a default it's throwing this Kaustubh. Otherwise we can say no test, like no name given, we can like that, no name given, we can use this one. Okay, so the thing is the name is the default value. If the name is not provided when calling the function, it defaults to the no name given default. It will throw this instead of the undefined. Basically the default values are only applied if the parameters is the explicitly undefined. Okay, so then we have one question. So when is the default default values applied? When, in the sense, if the parameter is not passed, okay, or explicitly set to the undefined, so that the default value is the used. Okay, for example we can see the thing is I will add here as the undefined. Okay, undefined. Okay, 1 minute. The instead of here I will give that here. Okay, sorry, so I forget to give these things inside the parameterize. Okay, so here parameterize. Okay, so here I'm not calling the the second argument as a name, but by default it's taking that no name given. Okay, but here if I try to give the name is the Kaustubh, then it will take. Okay, suppose if I removed Kaustubh and I'll add the undefined, so then it's not taking the undefined. Because of that, like here we are trying to avoid that undefined. Okay, the basically when the parameter is not passed or explicitly set to the undefined, we are setting the explicit undefined, the default value is used. So this value is using here. Okay, however if the parameter is passed with the falsy value like a null, 0 or empty string, the default value will not apply. Okay, yeah, this thing. So we have some the complex default values. The complex default value, in the sense, the default values can also be the result of the more complex expressions. The function expression, in the sense, it's the function calls. These are only evaluated when the parameter is missing. So what is mean the complex default values? The thing is the default value can also be the result of more complex expressions, and these are only evaluated when the parameter is missing. For example, so I will create one separate function called function name. Function name is the get default state. Get default text. Okay, so here I will try to return a generated something, generated. Okay, and I will call this function, sorry, this function instead of this one. Okay. Okay, the basically the get default text is called the only if that name is missing or undefined. So this here we can say some complex default value. First we have seen some normal the normal string. Okay, so after that we can store the string or some other functions. So in this function we have stored that content. Okay, and that the function we are calling here. Basically this default text function is called only the name is missing or the name is undefined. See, the name is missing or name is undefined. Okay, so we need to know the default parameter in the older JavaScript code. Okay, the thing is the before default parameter became a standard, the developers use the workaround like explicit or using the or operator. Okay, or the thing is I will say I will create here 1 minute. I will remove this one. Okay, just observe this one only. Okay, I will create, yeah. So here so first thing I we need to see regarding the explicit undefined chuck. Okay, uh, here we are checking the default parameter in older JavaScript code. Okay, default parameter in older JavaScript code. Basically before default parameter, okay, becomes standard. So before default parameter, like the JavaScript followed some standards. Okay, the first standard it's a explicit undefined check. Okay, here the thing is, yeah, so I am removing this thing because we don't need the default value, because we are checking the old thing, the old JavaScript. Okay, so here we are passing, and the thing is here in this thing we have to add the condition if the name is equal to undefined. Okay, so then only that name is equal to something no name given, no name is given. Okay, so then we can console the things. So here we are getting the things. So this is we can say it's in the older JavaScript code. Okay, and this is first thing here we have used the explicit undefined check. Okay, the second thing here I will write those things actually. The older JS. Okay, the first thing the explicit undefined. Okay, the second thing we can use using the like or operator. Okay, or means the thing is here I will remove this one. Okay, instead of the condition, here I will add the name. The name is equal to either this name, or if it is not name, we'll add the operator called or, and here I will pass that string that no name, the no name is given, no name is given. Okay, suppose if I pass something called the name is goes to, yeah, goes to, so we'll get the output here. Okay, suppose if I not pass this thing, so you'll get the by default it's a no name given. But Yeah, so the thing is, uh, the modern alternative, third one we can say it's a modern alternative, modern alternative, alternative with double question. Okay, how means, the thing is, so instead of this variable, I will call this thing inside the console. The how means, suppose the name, okay, if name is there, then we can say it's a unknown. Okay, I'm adding the like just condition. Okay, so here we can say, uh, suppose if I pass something called, we'll get our out like, or we'll get our value. Suppose if we not pass the things, we'll get the, by default it's a unknown. So these are the three things, the default parameter in the older JavaScript. First one, it's explicit undefined, and using the second one, it's using the or operator. And third thing, modern alternative with the double question. Okay, and the next thing we need to know regarding the return value, returning value, returning, sorry, returning returning value. Okay, so what is mean by returning value? So till now we have seen regarding that, inside the function we have just consoling. Okay, but we need to know what is the returning value. The basically the function can return the value to calling the code using the return statement. Okay, and the function stop the execution as soon as it hits the return. The thing is, so here I will create one function called sum, the function called a sum. Basically, you guys need to follow some key, naming convention in the sense, suppose I'm calling, like I'm creating the function, so how should we like the which naming convention we have to like we need to follow. Okay, the starting with a small letter, sum. Okay, so we need to follow the best practices, the naming convention also, it's a very important. Okay, so here I'm passing the parameters called a and b. Okay, and the returning I'm adding those things. Okay, and sorry, yeah, here I'll do one thing in the consoling, consoling. Okay, so I will pass that sum function, and inside the function I will pass the argument called 3 and 5. Okay, so we'll get output as the 8. So here the function can return the value to the calling code using the return statement, and the function stop the execution as it is hits the return. After hitting return, so the function uh, will stop the execution actually. Okay, the next thing we need to know, uh, yeah, the thing is, suppose uh, we have created the function without return, so what will happen? The thing is, so we don't like the basically, we're not passing the parameters, and we are not adding the return keyword, just I'm creating the simple empty function, and the same empty function I'm calling here. So what will happen? The function, if the function does not explicit return a value, it returns the undefined. We'll see here. So here I will erasing the a and b, and here I will, this thing I will remove. Okay, here I will try to add the empty. Okay, you can see you get the undefined. Okay, so the thing is like, regarding the return function, like return keyword we can say. Okay, so now after returning, okay, yeah, after returning, so we need to follow some naming convention. Okay, uh, it's very important in industry. So the thing is a naming convention, or naming function you can say. Function, okay, naming functions. Okay, what is meant by naming functions? The basically the functions, the function name should be described what the function does. Suppose here we have written the function. Here we are trying to add something, but with similar kind of thing we have to choose the proper name as a sum. Just I am example using the sum, and added the function name as a sum. Okay, the same thing, the function name should be described what the function does. Okay, the thing is, uh, the prefixes are used for clarity. Prefixes in the sense the starting words. Okay, the thing is, yeah, suppose the thing is, for example in our project, suppose if you want to call something age kind of thing. Okay, if you want to create one age function, so I will create the age get yeah, get age. So this is the best practices. We have to call the function like this. Basically get means the retrieve and return something. Either you can use the get, create, check something. Suppose if you want to create some form. Okay, so then you have to create, it's not a mandatory but it's a best practices in, okay, create a form. Okay, suppose um, there is a one function called permission. Okay, but the best practices we can use the check permission like that. Check permission. Okay, so like this type we have to uh, add the naming function. So it's a very descriptive you can say. It will describe the proper uh, like the function role we can say. Okay, the basically the best practice for the function one action. Okay, and basically we need one function and one action in the sense. Here I will create, there is a best practices, best practices, best practices. The first thing we can say, it's one function, one function equal to, it's a one action. What is meant by the one function and one action? The function should be should do exactly what its name suggests. Okay, and the next thing, avoid the global. Okay, avoid a globals, globals. Okay, we need to limit the global variable to avoid the conflicts. Okay, suppose if you have created multiple global variables, so it will harmful for your entire project. Okay, yeah. So the third thing, descriptive names. Use uh, descriptive descriptive names. How means you can use the concise like meaningful names. Suppose you're creating like you're getting some age, so then you have to use the get age. Okay, suppose we are trying to create sum. Okay, you can use the cal sum. Suppose you are trying to create the form, like you have to create form, like use these kind of things. Okay, And the fourth thing, we can use the default parameter. Use the default parameter. Default param. Okay, because of reduce the error checks for the undefined. So without default parameters, we'll get the undefined. Okay, the avoiding the undefined, avoiding the errors, so we have to use the default parameter. Okay, yeah. uh, so till now, so do you have any doubts?
Ask.
What about Priyanka and Pritam? Okay, uh, got it. The thing is, we'll go next part for uh, this is regarding the function declaration. Till now we have seen regarding the function declaration. Okay, the first we have created the function declaration in the sense using the function keyword. Okay, function name. Here you can see it's a more, yeah, here this is the function keyword, function name. In the then in the inside the curly braces, this is the we can say it's function body. Here here we are trying to returning something. Okay, so now we need to see regarding the function expression. Function function expression. Okay, so the thing is, yeah, yeah, the thing is, in JavaScript the function is not a magical language structure, but a special kind of value we have. Okay, the syntax that we used before called the function declaration, like this. Okay, this is called the function declaration. But there is another syntax for creating the function, that is called the function expression. The how means the function expression is basically allows us to create the function as a part of the any expression, such as that assigning it to the variable. The basically in declare function declaration, you can see there is a yeah, there is a function. Okay, yeah, there is a function keyword name and returning. But in the function expression, so we have to store that function inside the variable. So here I will create one variable as a say hi. This is one variable. Okay, inside the variable I will store the function. Oh yeah, I will store the function. Yeah, I will store the function and I will console here console.log on something I will make as a help. Okay, so the thing is, in this code, the function, this just you can imagine this. Wait some time, we will wait for others also. Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So in this thing, okay, this function and the console.log, okay, this is called, we can say it's a function expression. Okay, the basically this function, the selected function, this function assigned to the variable, there is a variable called say hi is the variable. Okay, that making the say hi like the callable like the regular function. Okay, the just thing, the function expression in the sense, we can create the function and we can store that function to the variable. So this is regarding, it's a function expression. Okay, so we have some features for the function expressions. Okay, the function expression features, what are the features? The thing is, first thing, it's anonymous, anonymous. Yeah, anonymous function. What is meant by anonymous function? The anonymous function, okay, in function expression, the function can be created without the name. For example, here you can see there is a we have the function keyword, but we don't have the function name. But in code you can see there is a name called sum, but in function expression we don't have that thing. The first feature, the anonymous, means the function can be created without the name, but we are storing that function inside the variable called say hi is the variable, we are storing the function in that variable. Okay, and the second feature, stored as the variable, stored as a variable. Okay, the function basically it's treated as the value in the JavaScript. Okay, but it can be assigned to the variable, the passed as an argument from the another function. The how means, um, yeah, so the thing is we can store the value. So here I have created one function, I will paste here. Okay, yeah, here, here I have created one function. Okay, it's a function expression. Okay, this is a normal function without name and storing in the say hi. Okay, and so the thing is, the what is the second point, it's a stored as the variable, otherwise you can use the stored as the value. Okay, this function we can store as the value. How means, so here I will create the one reference, it's a new function, a new function. Okay, and here I can store that say hi. Okay, and I will call the function, it's the new function. Okay, so we'll get the hello, but I will call that say hi also here. I will call the say hi function also. Okay, so here also we are getting the hello. The thing is, we are following like we are trying for the second feature, it's a stored as the value. Basically this is the uh, variable, we can store the another variable. So then this new function is also function, and this say hi is the also function. But The thing is, the function is treated as the value in JavaScript. It can be assigned to the variable. Here we are trying to assign the variable and passed as an arguments, okay, from the another function. Okay, yeah. So this is the second one, and third one we need to know the semicolon usage. Semicolon usage. Okay, semicolon usage. Yeah, the semicolon basically it's required after the function expression because of it part of the assignment statement. Okay, in the function declaration is don't require the semicolon, but in the semicolon in the function expression, the semicolon required after the function expression because of it's a part of the assignment. Okay, where it, like here you can see this one, after the complete after completing the function you have to add a semicolon. Okay, yeah. So the next thing, it's a flexible statement, like flexible 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 placement. Flexible placement. So the thing is, the function expression can be created anywhere in the code, even inside another function we can say. Okay, so the thing is, yeah, the flexible in the sense we can say the function expression can be created anywhere in the code and even inside the another function or part of the conditional we can say. But now we have to see regarding the difference between the function declaration and function expression. Okay, in the function declaration, so we have the function keyword along with the function name, but in the function expression, so we have to store that function inside the variable, to the variable. Okay, but in the function declaration, then function like name is the mandatory. The function expression name can be the anonymous. But the thing is, we have some question. Okay, when it's created, the function declaration and function expression when it's created, the thing is, function in the function declaration at the parse time and the function expression at the runtime. Basically, at the function declaration at the parse time and the function expression at the runtime when it's created, the created condition, we have the two things, one parse and runtime. Okay, parse is for the function declaration, runtime for the function expression. Okay, yeah. Hmm. Mm, the thing is, okay, yeah. So till now you guys are like, do you have any doubt on the functions, the like function expression and the function declaration?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
do you have doubt?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So one more left, I think. I need to know what it is. Yeah, there is a called callback function. uh, the callback function. Okay, the callback function. So the thing is, uh, for example, how can I, yeah, uh, basically the callback function, you can say the function passed as an argument to the another function to be a called back at the later point when certain conditions are met. We can say the thing is, I will create one code for that thing. Okay, so here the thing is yeah, so there is a function called ask. Okay, the function called ask. So I will ask one question and passing the parameters of the question, and the options are the yes and no. Okay, so here if here I will try the confirm. Okay, question question, then yes is the second one. Okay, why it's throwing the error? Bug finder means, yeah, so we need to complete the thing actually, otherwise else the no. Why it is throwing the error? It should not throw the error. Okay, 1 minute. If okay, I will write then I will call this one, I will call this one. Okay, otherwise I will call. It is throwing the error. It should not throw, but we'll see. Yeah. For yes, I will create one function here. Okay, here we'll try to question also. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so here I will create a function. Okay, it's the show. Okay, show. Okay, and here I will use that alert. Yes, you agree. Yeah, agreed. Okay, the same thing I will create one more function called show cancel. Okay, here I will use the cancelled. Okay, now I'm trying to pass the that function called ask here. Okay, in the ask we have some arguments. Okay, so here I will add the question like do you agree as a question mark, and the second parameter I will pass that show okay, and third parameter I will pass, and the third arguments. Okay, yeah, so the question is not defined. Okay, so here we have the question. Okay, yeah, so here it's called. Okay, 1 minute. The thing is, okay, so here we have created, sorry, what happening? Okay, so the thing is I'm refreshing. Okay, after refreshing it will ask the question, do you agree? Yeah, if it is okay, then it will give the alert as the you agreed. Otherwise if it is click on the cancel, so then it will give the output as the you cancelled. I will click on this thing, you cancelled. You can see here. So the thing is in this code, okay, sorry. Okay, in this code, the ask function has a ask function. Basically, it's taking the three arguments. This thing, three arguments. First one is the question, do you agree? Second one, it's the like the callback. Okay, we can say these are the callback. We can say the second, these are the callbacks. We are taking the function here in the argument. So the definition is, for the callback function, the function passed as an argument. Here we are trying to create the function and passing as an argument. So basically these are the arguments and we are passing the function as an argument to the another function. This ask is the another function, this show okay is the another function. Okay, I am trying to the function 1 to pass to the argument as an argument. Okay, so here we can say is the callback. This is a callback. Okay, and the second thing, depending on the result, that confirm question. Okay, depending on the result, and it calls the either yes or no callback. Okay, so this is regarding, we can say it's a function, a callback function. So did you guys understand regarding this callback function, what it is?
Yes.
Yes.
Can anyone tell me? So it's a very important actually. So I thought like yeah. Tell me. So anyone try to explain? So why? What is the callback function?
Function which is passed as a parameter to another function is called as callback function.
Like how much? Like can you explain in this code actually? So they, like we have the multiple functions and we have some arguments and we have some parameters, but how we can say that it's a callback function?
It takes
Your
parameters, the first
your
question,
voice is
and
breaking
time.
actually. Your voice is breaking. Kaustubh, Pritam, can anyone try? She is facing some issue with the internet. Are you okay, Priyanka? You want to explain?
So
Mm-hmm. Mm, you speak and try to explain.
question yes and no,
Mm-hmm.
and the question will display the confirmation dialog, and yes means if it is the user clicks the OK, it shows the yes, and otherwise it's a no,
Mm-hmm.
and that that show OK display the alert by saying that you agreed, and show cancel it display an alert saying by you cancelled.
Okay.
So another thing is ask if if the written question called the question.
Okay, I got it. So basically, so we have the ask the main function. So here we are getting the parameter as a question or yes or no. Okay, so here we are trying to ask the question. Okay, and we have the two things. One, it's the yes or no. So we need to pass some function. Okay, so here we have created some more two functions. Okay, here we are trying to add the one function to the another function as an argument. So as an argument, this show okay and show cancel, it's arguments. So we are passing those function in the argument. This is called, we can say it's a callback functions. Okay, so there is a very important, okay, the callback function is a very important now onwards, it's a thing. The why are the callback functions are important? Why? The thing is, uh, yeah, callback we have seen that. Why callback? In the sense, the first thing, the asynchronous. So before that, so we need to discuss regarding the asynchronous and synchronous. Okay, the basically the JavaScript is the asynchronous or synchronous. We need to check. Can anyone tell me what is the, like, is JavaScript synchronized or non-synchronized? Hmm? Synchronous, like, is JavaScript synchronous or non-synchronous, asynchronous?
Synchronous.
Okay, what is mean by synchronous and non-synchronous, like asynchronous, you can say? Okay, leave it. The thing is, basically, we need to know the meaning of the synchronous. Okay, so in JavaScript, synchronous meaning, uh, like, means that code executed line by line. Okay, the each line of code must be finished execution before the next line start. For example, so I will remove this one, the console.log and the console.log on the start. Okay, okay, for example, we have the different, like, you can imagine we have the different values. Okay, you can imagine, so instead of function, here instead of console, here we have the function. Okay, here also instead of function, here we have some, instead of console we have the function. Okay, okay, so this is our code. For example, you can take, this is our code. Otherwise, you can see this is a console. Okay, here I will use the loop. Okay, loop let I is equal to something 0 and I is till 10, and I the plus plus. Okay, and here I will empty. Okay, so I will do one thing, here I will add the end. Okay, so the thing is, I will add here console.log I s. So the thing is, in this thing, like the first line and for and end, like the third console, it's a different things. Okay, so in the synchronous, okay, the synchronous meaning means the code will like code is executed line by line. First line, suppose if that start is executed, then only that for loop will execute. The for loop execute, then only start with the third thing. So like that, the basically the synchronous means it's a code is executed line by line in the order. Okay, the each line of code must be must finish the execution before the next line starts. Okay, if the one operation take long time, and the entire program will block until the operation completes. Suppose instead of for loop we have some big function, so it takes some big like instead of big function, you can see, so I am trying to loop 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 9, 10 to the power of 9, for example. Okay, 10 to the power of 9, you can say, so it will take some time. Okay, so it will take some time. First this will call, then it will say take some time consuming loop, then it will continue, like continue this console. Okay, so basically that for loop blocks the execution of the code until finish. Okay, the only after loop is complete like does the console.log and execute. For example, I'll see. Okay, see here how much is taking time. This much is taking time. It's, see, we have so many things. We're not getting till that end. So this is, we can say it's a uh, it's a synchronous. Okay, so basically JavaScript, it's a single threaded nature. How means JavaScript runs on the single thread, meaning it handle only one task at a time. So we can consider that console log start is the one task, and this for is the one task, and this console is the one task. So the JavaScript can run on the single threaded, in the sense the basically it can handle only the one task at a time, only one task. Okay, this thread is part of the JavaScript engine. Okay, just you can think the JavaScript as a chef in the small kitchen with only one stove. Okay, the chef can cook one dish at a time, in the sense one task at a time. Okay, until the dish is finished, the chef cannot start cooking another. So this is called, we can say it's a single threaded in the sense, so it can handle only one task at a time. Okay, and the synchronous in the sense, it meaning the code is executed line by line in the order. The interviewer will ask regarding, so is yeah, is JavaScript single thread like synchronous or asynchronous? So JavaScript, it's the synchronous, but they will ask again the one more question regarding the how can we make as a asynchronous. So for that thing, so we can use some functions called callback. We'll see tomorrow regarding this thing. Okay, we'll see some asynchronous kind of thing, and yeah. So till now, do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
What about Preetham and Priyanka? Oh, yeah. Okay, then bye. So if you don't have any doubts in the sense, okay, then good night.
Thanks.